today's vlog, I'll be showing you all around the South Lake Union neighborhood in Seattle. This vlog took over a month to make since it's been pretty busy with work and other commitments lately. So we're going to jump back and forth in time a little, but let's start exploring South Lake Union. Also abbreviated as SLU, South Lake Union is a true symbol of Seattle's changing landscape within the tech boom. It started off as a major hub of the lumber and manufacturing industries in the early 20th century and became home to major tech offices such as Microsoft, Amazon, Facebook, and Google in recent years. Now SLU is also full of new trendy restaurants and bars, high-rise apartments, and urban parks. We're starting off our SLU exploration at the Spheres. This is the quintessential emblem of this neighborhood. The Spheres are free to visit. You can reserve your ticket 2 weeks ahead online. I'll leave a link in the description box. Inside the Spheres is essentially a greenhouse, home to over 40,000 plants from all over the world. They also have fish tanks, a cafe, and plenty of seating options throughout. It was built in response to the lack of a direct link to nature in workplaces. The Spheres are available for Amazon employees to use as an extension of their offices and are also open to the public twice a month. Throughout each floor, there are walking paths to pass through the different plants, and it really does feel like you're being transported to a completely different place entirely. The selection of the plants was always guided by the question of which ones could thrive in an environment equally comfortable for humans. We'll now make our way to the second floor. There's a cafe and even more seating options here. This plant wall extends through all floors and is made up of more than 25,000 plants from over 200 species. It is very like Amazon coded, you know what I mean?
Like millennial core.
Very like techie millennial. And yes, every single plant here is real and carefully irrigated regularly. Now let's make our way up to the third floor. I love how each floor gets brighter and brighter and has its own forest theme. The third floor might be my favorite one yet. With all of the wooden walkways, it felt like I was exploring a treehouse. It was on this floor that you start to look upwards more, appreciating the natural light, tree canopies, and architecture. Right outside of the Spheres, you'll also find the Amazon Community Banana Stand. Here, anyone can pick up a free banana even if you don't work at Amazon or didn't visit the Spheres.
Here's for everybody.
Oh, nice. Thank you. Of course. After the Spheres, let's take a short walk through SLU to get to our next stop. Being here feels very different from the rest of Seattle. In a way, it's one of the newer neighborhoods, so everything feels shiny and built from tech money. This park was so much smaller than I thought, so please enjoy this 5-second tour. There's a very modern playground located here as well, complete with a concrete slide and a jungle gym. A few days later, and I'm back in SLU, this time at Glazer's. Glazer's is Seattle's premier stop for all things cameras and photography. Family owned since 1935, it sells all kinds of cameras, gear, and photo shoot equipment, as well as hosting photography workshops and developing film. The first floor reminds me of a department store, with each section of the glass counters devoted to a different prominent camera brand. Speaking of brands, I've been thinking about switching my camera system over to Sony, so if there's any Sony shooters out there, let me know what your experience has been like. There are also sections in the store for camera backpacks and various camera accessories. They also carry a wide range of audio recording equipment, and they even have counters for used camera and gear as well. Now let's check out the second floor. Here they host classes, and this is also where you'll find all kinds of paper for prints. The second floor is also devoted to lighting, where you'll find modifiers and speedlights. They even have all of the chemicals you need for developing film. But I'm here today searching for my next roll of film. I've been doing a lot of film photography just for fun lately, and it's really unlocking a whole new side of creativity, not to mention a steep learning curve. If you have any 35mm film recommendations, feel free to share in the comments below. I've been eyeing the Fujifilm 200 lately, so let's give that a try this time. I'll keep you posted on how the photos turn out. By the way, Glazer's also has a rentals location down the street. Here you can rent anything for your upcoming shoot needs, from sandbags to tripods, camera bodies, and lenses. I also recommend renting for a few days to try out any new expensive equipment you're considering purchasing. The rental process is super straightforward, and the staff here have always been very helpful. After browsing around Glazer's, let's take a little neighborhood walk. I think I still get a little confused sometimes around the streets here. I can't tell if the street is supposed to be for pedestrians only, or if cars can also pass through. I ended up making my way to Denny Park. Believe it or not, this is the oldest park in Seattle. Its first role in the city was actually as a cemetery, but less than 20 years later, the graves were transferred so this plot of land could become a public park. Nowadays, here you'll find a dog park, landscaped paths, a playground, and even a farmer's market during the warmer months. The park has been cleaned up in recent years, so it felt relatively safe and pleasant to walk through. Back in February, we took advantage of First Thursdays, in which many museums in Seattle offer free admission in the evenings. I've been curious to visit MOHAI because it's a museum rooted in the history of Seattle, plus the water views are stunning during golden hour. MOHAI is located right on Lake Union Park with stunning views of the city all around. MOHAI is actually an acronym for Museum of History and Industry, focusing on the Puget Sound region's past. The galleries are housed in the historic Naval Reserve Armory building, and believe it or not, their full collection spans over 6 million objects, although only a percentage is on display at any given time. Tonight we're starting off at a special PNW-focused motorcycle exhibition. Created in partnership with the Pacific Northwest Museum of Motorcycling, this exhibit covers the history of motorcycles in the Pacific Northwest, starting with the first motorcycle that arrived in Seattle in 1901. The exhibit is presented in chronological order, and along the way, you can see how the technological innovations evolved with changing needs in different eras of history. The motorcycles began as pacers, where bicyclists would ride closely behind in order to take advantage of the draft and maintain high speeds. Later on, as cycling developed its own set of enthusiasts, it grew into a way to build community and exploration. The Kickstands Up exhibition goes until April 26th if you're interested in checking it out.
I wouldn't use an electric bike.
And the rest of the museum features pivotal moments of Seattle's 150-year history organized in mini exhibits. These permanent exhibits are displayed in chronological order, and we actually ended up viewing them in reverse. As you wander around, you can see glimpses of Lake Union and surrounding neighborhoods from the museum windows. There were even sections highlighting what daily life was like for the natives of Puget Sound. I loved how they showed these scientific drawings of local plants set against the marina. And the top floor of MOHAI is dedicated to Seattle's rich seafaring history, complete with navigation tools, an aquascope, and antique scuba diving gear. I definitely recommend a visit to MOHAI, especially if you can make it to one of their free Thursdays. Thanks for hanging out with me this week, and I'll see you soon in the next one. Bye!